Which of the LQA models are used by revisers to rate translations, if at all?
Yes, they are absolutely used in industry. There are two main ones that they were the first ones, by the way. The LISA QE model, now it's used and adapted for localization projects and any projects in which there is a weighted assessment of errors according to always to the size of words, to the volume of words, and some different categories such as minor, major and critical. After that, there is another one called the SAE J2450, normally used in automotive industry, in which we have different categories, two subcategories of subtypes called minor and severe, and with compensation again of some weights in the translation. So they more or less work the same but with different scales. Apart from these two, now there are some others used in machine translation, post-editing, Glue and some others that perhaps help you to know what is the distance factor that is one of the main references in machine translation output, post-editing. And apart from that, finally, companies can have their own custom templates for all this with different weightings and different assessment types, and there could be a mixture of anything. But the main ones, I would dare to say the main one is the LISA QE model.
What would you regard as essential skills required from translators for being successful in quality management?
Yes, only one word: procedures. This is something with which companies work. Everything is organized in procedures from top to bottom. So there should be some consciousness of this, that the company works with a mixture of procedures which are always interrelated and interdependent. Procedures should be the basic word. Remember that when we talk about quality, we really refer to management systems rather than quality systems, and that quality is understood in terms of process more than product, at least in translation. Though it could be the same, both things, but normally process instead of product.
What does the QA process look like in translation companies?
Well, mostly it depends if the company is certified or not certified to any quality standard. If it is, it's absolutely necessary to have a system covering the whole quality system. That it could be organized with those procedures we talked about before, but integrated with your project management system, your PMS, because everything together provides you with something that is extremely important: indicators. This KPI that should be valued, studied, and understood very clearly, so that at first glance you can know the situation of a company in general terms. So these process indicators are extremely important and vital for the operation of a company.
What are the most frequent challenges in quality management processes?
It depends on the professional profile. If we're talking about translators, mainly productivity and quality. If we're talking, for instance, about project managers, we are talking about claim management, response time, customer satisfaction in general. If we talk about revisers or reviewers, hours devoted to revision in a normal situation, or the extra ones in not so normal situations. There are many indicators that you can work with to cover all these challenges. But this would be the main one. If I have to choose only one or one and a half, I would say productivity and combined with quality.
What is the procedure in case of non-conformity or customer claims?
It can take different forms, but the main one is that if you receive a claim management, first of all is study the reason of this claim, because customer is always right, but not always. If it's right, you should look for the reason and to create a corrective action, and also a preventive action, so that this problem shouldn't happen again. If the customer is not right, you must show him that the reason for that is clear, documented and objective. And perhaps you don't receive any answer from him, but you must try at least. And if there is a real claim, you have to register, because an external auditor can request all this, and simply to create those corrections. Mainly is reactivity, just to react with this problem and fix it, and proactivity, so that you can act in advance of a potential problem, the so-called potential non-conformity. In fact, non-conformity is the terminology used in quality assurance instead of claim management.
Which tools do you use for quality management?
Mainly, we use a PMS, namely Project Management System, because it contains all the registers of operation of a company, and it could be interact with the workflow systems. We have many examples of this that makes sure that you have all the data available at any moment on that systems. This is absolutely fundamental. You can, in my company, when we implemented our PMS, after 4 months, we have an increase of productivity of project managers nearly 40%.
What kind of training does your organization offer for translators to improve skills necessary for quality management?
Always in-house training. When somebody new comes to our office, it is he or she is trained in all the procedures we have, 11 procedures, but not all in a row, little by little. First, only the ones impacting his or her future work, and after that, little by little, introduce to the other ones, so that he or she can be able to talk to an external auditor if requested, because from time to time they request the employees to talk about any specific issues or features of the quality system. But this is very important. This is the same example if you are surrounded by 20 persons and telling you all the names of everybody. Possibly when you are in the second one, you have forgotten the name of the first, and so on. This is the same. You have to go little by little, and once that the ideas of his or her work with a certain procedure, you can go on with the next one, but always in-house.
What would you advise to training institutions to help improve students' competence in quality management?
The question here is very, very easy. You have to contact companies. Why? Because all these processes that you mentioned are very specific to companies. They are not used in normal, regular translation training. Universities have it because most of them are certified and they have it, but it's not something impacting the training. So you should go to companies and ask what they are doing, and above all, quality standards. There are a big number of standards related to translation already existing and also under development. The main one, it was the European standard, the 15038, now replaced by the ISO 17100. These are the basis. These standards are in itself a course on project management. And we are not reinventing the wheel with this. Everything that is done day to day in companies or freelance translators is there, nothing new.
What kind of aspects should be considered in order to ensure high-quality processes and products?
Well, there is a famous motto for that. Right at the first time. If you do the right thing at the first time, there will be no problems. But to do that, you have to have any reference. And that reference are in a certified company is the quality manual, procedures, the technical instructions and the registers. All together create this reference for anything so that you can check against when you are working under the idea of global quality and quality assurance.